Good morning, just getting all set up here. Let's see. There we go. So good morning, those coming in later or now. But welcome to my morning study session. Today is the first day back to classes, so excited about that. See some new students. Got figure drawing and illustration this semester to teach. And for those that don't know me, my name is Peter SAKIEVICH. I am an art professor, artist. I teach at the university, and I also teach online at myartprofessor.com. And for these live streams especially, I like to get up first thing in the morning to work on something new or something I want to improve at very specifically. And I usually give myself about an hour to an hour and a half to do that. And I should be able to keep doing this on my teaching days because class doesn't start until 10 a.m., which for me is very, very late in the morning, personally. I would rather classes started at like 8, maybe 8:30. But that is not an option. So, yeah, so just I was doing a little bit. I was hoping to get on here a little bit earlier, but I was doing some visual research. I needed some close-ups of some of these areas that have been troubling, like these feet. So I found some feet close-ups online that I think would be useful as reference, along with this kind of nice side view, like an older warthog here, female smaller tusks, I guess. Found this side view here. I found this taxidermy. A little rough, but I think could be helpful. And I found the skeleton, which I think will also be very useful. So, and I found a couple other views like that in class today. So I've been looking around just to see what I can find that can help me resolve some of the questions that I have. So, that's what I was doing a bit of this morning after doing that for AWALK with my dog. He's a very good boy, of course. So, anyway, anybody else going back to school today? Here. All right. So anyway, this is what we're working on today, continuing with this guy here. Hopefully, I'm going to complete the main modeling of the body today. I need a tail on him as well. But So yeah, that's the plan for this morning, is to touch this up. So hopefully, I know it's like I need to adjust some of the shapes down here. I made them too sharp. I feel like a little longer and narrower, especially the front hooves. So we will start with that. Since I feel like I've got some clarity on what I need to do there, so if it's quite a bit narrower through here. And then cut here, and it goes back further. But yeah, reference makes a big difference for anything you want to do. Number of things that make a big difference. The reference definitely is a big one. So I wish I had access to an actual animal that I could go and look at personally, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Yeah, so that's kind of the intent here today, is to get these hooves and legs and things cleaned up. So I got a good side view. Okay, one anyway. Yeah, like this one here. So it looks like this needs to get chopped back a bit. Imagine walking around on your toenails. I think that would be very, very strange if you were doing that. Personally. Tighter. Good morning. Here, this needs to cut in a little bit more. I could bring this up. But definitely getting better. So the warthog I'm looking at is pretty old. So something to keep in mind. Well, I'm working on that. You. Those toes can come down. Let's see. Pull that here. And this split goes up here. And that goes in. So. Let's see. Over. Better. I think. What do you think? What do you think, Bosh? Yeah, and then that really pushes in quite a bit here. So the back toes can kind of pop out a bit more. definitely help to get some better reference for this kid. Still some views I'd like to get a little sharper on, but what's going on down there, Puppy? Is somebody chewing on you? I guess I should have that over there. Hello. All right. Trying to nudge shape up a little bit. It goes like that. Yeah, let's see if I can like that. This, and then flatten that out. And then we want to make sure it is the same face set. I'm wasting a lot of time trying to flatten out those toes. And still need to bring them in a little bit. Definitely more, better feet, I guess. Move it around off those tips. So maybe using inflate would be a good idea for that. Okay, there. Leave them split for a bit longer. Let's see. slope here goes out. Same with the other one. It's flatter on the sides. Let's see, where does that go? Let's see. I'm looking over here. I think we can tuck this in. Shoot that back. And I can pull that down. Yeah, so just trying to figure out these feet. So that's like bump is too much now. That goes out too far. I guess makes sense. We want the other part of the feet to stick out. Right? Down some more. And if we look at this one. Getting better, I think. One stroke at a time, getting clarity on what we got going on here. And that's always what I think is first. It's more important than detail. Feels like maybe I might be working on some detail, but really, it's just working down to these smaller forms. So, all right, how does that look contextually here? Better. Does the peanut gallery have any thoughts? I like this, what's it called, scrape fill. Just kind of takes the angle you start at and flattens out from there. muscle out here a little bit. I wish I could find a good muscular diagram. I just find an okay skeleton, but not 100% of what I was looking for. When I was looking around this morning, that feels like good progress on there. See if I can find some other front leg shots. Like that there. Yeah, that does go more in line. I do feel like the inner toe should be a little higher up than the lower one. That should come down, that should come up a little bit. Something like that, just a little bit more of a balance. But yeah, anybody watching that's heading back to school today? I want to sculpt the fur on a little bit off. And these need to be narrower. Because I get to go back to classes today, so. That's better. There you go. Probably should do some acrylic practice this week to get back into the swing of that. So jump into this semester. Here. I think we can push that out. I kind of like this little pose brush right here. Make it a certain size. And a little grab based off of that. That's an interesting find. Like a repose or an area where we do that to a certain degree. Alright. Does help to see some of the silhouettes. Like, that needs to go. It kind of turns at this angle, so that needs to get pushed in. That, I guess. I can go up. I'll try to angle it kind of with the photo, see what I get. So I'm looking at, with this one, looking at this hook right here. See how that looks. And it won't be exactly the same because obviously, that particular warthog is standing on the ground, and so it's gonna, its weight's gonna shift a little bit differently. So, it's like coats a little bit differently. So the weight's gonna shift on it. So I'm trying to go for a bit more of a standing pose versus I could maybe do that later, but at the moment, I'm sure. Yeah, I think it's a lot better than I did before. I think that's curving in too much. Actually, bring that out. It's been compacted. And it might be flat, but it's not going to be compacted like that. So, yeah, it does take practice, like learning Blender, obviously. I think one of the problems with programs like this, the technology, is that it is kind of, there's a lot kind of, it's complicated about these programs, and you have to spend a lot of time, a lot of brain energy, just like figuring out how to do what you want to do. That can definitely get in your way, in the sense that your ability to express yourself gets constrained by your knowledge of how the program functions. And so it does take, a lot of effort to kind of work through where you're like, well, I want to do this, and this is how you do this. And so and I think that's generally why you'll see people will tend to focus on one thing or another thing. It's like not just like their main thing, but almost like their entire thing. So people that tend to do a lot of 3D, that's what they do. And people that do a lot of 2D, that's kind of what they do. And that's really how you get excellence. I always feel an obligation and curiosity, of course, about other things, but obligation to kind of know more, partially because of my job teaching students. So if they have questions or they're in search of solutions, I can be a better resource for helping them sort that out. So, like, I'll make it my business to learn even like 2D painting programs that I'm not as familiar with, just because I feel like I need to understand them to a certain degree. And then, so when they're using them, I can definitely help them out. But I do like to say, like in some classes, like, well, if you're using this program or this program, if you're not using the programs that I know, like, you really need to know that you'll be on your own to a certain degree. Just because I can't know all things at all times. It's better, I guess. Round off this tip a little bit. And, but, but I will learn new things. Like last year, this is helpful for this year, is, learning to really use, acrylic paint that I, kind of left off for years. And, it was just a medium I did not enjoy as a student. And I look back, I'm like, well, maybe partially, maybe mostly, I just like didn't really know how to paint yet very well, and so I didn't want to use it. And as a result, I kind of left it off the things that I would focus on. But I had to do I didn't have to do the whole semester about it last week, but I made that one semester. And we were working through it. I was like, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I can work with this. And I invested a lot of time in practicing with it. But I got some results that it forced me to reassess my relationship with it. And that's happened a number of times for me, so I'm not entirely resistant to that kind of experience. Like even with the AI madness, if I really saw, if I could see that generative AI actually made things better, I would definitely reconsider my position on it. But I have yet to see any evidence of that at all. In fact, all the evidence points in the opposite direction, that it objectively makes people worse. And that's not the trajectory we should emphasize. As far as I look at it, if someone's aware of something that I should be aware of, please let me know. But if the argument is, well, it's faster, it's like maybe, but faster at what? And then again, if your primary goal as as an artist is efficiency, you might be in the wrong business. That's not, the highest goal. It's nowhere near the top. It might be third or fourth or fifth on the list of things that artists value. They make our work, interesting or useful to others. But timeliness certainly is a higher goal than efficiency. But ultimately, we're looking to make work. Our highest priority is usually that we're making something impactful for the audiences that we have, audiences that we want to have. And those are definitely higher up on the scale than getting things done quickly. It's usually, of the things that that make it worthwhile. If you think about it for half a second or 3 seconds or however long you need. Like if it doesn't have impact, then it doesn't matter how efficient you are at getting there, getting the work complete. If it doesn't, it's not satisfactory to your creative efforts and your values, then you're not really. Why are you doing what you're doing? I don't understand. There's far more efficient ways of making money. If that's like the goal, an office job doing something for now, I don't see any reason to waste on it. It degrades your ability to think. It degrades everything really, but harms your cognition. Nobody likes it. It's not valuable. Um, so, yeah, I like to say that I don't understand the fixation on it, but I'm worried that I'm more worried that I do, and I don't like what that says about people I know. What their values are. But yeah, those front legs definitely feel more believable. I think. Curious to see what it looks like with this one. Just move that light. Move that light. There you are. I'm definitely feeling better. Yeah, so we've worked on the forelegs a bunch so far. How are we doing for time? 30-ish minutes left. So 9. I might go another 15 minutes. I would just make sure I've got everything organized to show the class today. Mostly just introducing the course, but someone's having a good time with their lawn. So I think let's see. You. Yeah, if you've ever done like comparative anatomy, um, this is really the elbow. This is the wrist. And yeah, the shoulder is pulled up over here. There's the shoulder blade up here, basically. And then these guys, this crest actually goes up quite a bit. Bring this down quite a bit here. Like that. Basically, the spine. These are spine, so the neck, kind of the vertebrae of the neck, kind of come down like this. And then there's these big kind of spines that come out of each vertebrae that goes up to support the size of their head. They got a big head, right? Big thick head. We have the same kind of spines on us. They're just a lot shorter. Stand upright. What if you go look at like the skeleton of a cow or a deer, or especially warthogs or other kind of mammals like that are built like this? Um, they have like this huge kind of set of spines on the back of their vertebrae that go up. And I'm sure that like a specialist warthog person would be able to get some spot some of their major problems. This kind of curve there. bit more sense. I've looked on the back a while. That's a good idea. That's better. Forget to save. Alright, let's do some portrait stuff here. Especially around the eyes. I think we're getting close to like finishing primary modeling on him, or it, whatever situation is here. Good morning, good morning. To my morning study. This way, so this comes up and around. Zoom. Good morning. Probably going to shut down here in a few minutes. So I can make sure I've got everything I need for class today. But yeah, I think that's some pretty good progress for today. Main thing accomplished here was really kind of resolving these front feet. I did find a decent shot of the back feet, so I'll probably work on that next time. We need to add the tail in. His eyes feel much better now. These little, I don't know what they're called on their faces, protuberances or whatever. They're not part of the skeleton. That. I think there should be one more on the face. Let me see if I could. All of them have it. They definitely kind of like lean forward a little bit. Something like that. I'm not even really using like the pen top on this guy. Wouldn't be a bad idea though. It's dense enough I don't need to worry about that as much. Maybe you could finish up those ears. They're a separate model, so they're not integrated in. Alright, I think that's a good spot to pause. I gotta check my supplies out, make sure I got everything I need for this morning. I do appreciate everybody who came in, and we'll talk to you all later. Hi, Puppy. Sorry about that.